And this afternoon, we want to start off with some election-related stories because in a bid to ensure a peaceful electoral process in the upcoming December general elections, the Ghana Police Service has embarked on an outreach program visiting churches in Accra to educate congregants on the importance of peaceful voting. Led by the Greater Accra Regional Police Commander DCOP Ahin Boachi, the service has emphasized the critical role of peace and unity in national development and assured church members of their commitment to maintaining law and order throughout the electoral period. Let's join our man Kenneth JC, who has been with the police since morning on this exercise. Thanks so much, Kenneth, for joining us. Now, which churches within the capital have you visited so far?
This is the final church. That's the Anglican Church at Kaneshi. Our first stop was at Osu Roman Catholic Church. From there, we went to the Church of Pentecost. We've also been to the Presbyterian Church. And the message is quite simple. The Ghana Police Service notices the large number the Christian community commands and has applauded the Christian community for their role in ensuring peace in the country. And they want them to continue with the peace that the country has enjoyed so far. But the Ghana Police Service, which is being led by the Greater Accra Regional Police Commander, is urging the church not to shield people who will foment trouble on election day. They want the church to be their partners in fighting crime, in ensuring that Ghana remains peaceful as the election happens on the 7th of December. They say that the religious leaders should continue educating their members on ways not to foment trouble. They're saying that nobody should fear. The policemen and women are on the ground. They say they are collaborating with other security agencies like the fire service to ensure that peace prevails on election day. So they are urging Ghanaians, especially their religious or Christian community, to go out in their numbers and exercise their civic responsibility by voting on election day. When they are done voting, they should just go home, wait. When it's time for counting, they return and witness it. So basically, it's about advising them that they should help in ensuring that Ghana remains as peaceful as it has been throughout the years.
And that's been the key message. But what's been the reception like for from the congregants, example?
Of course, I mean, the reception has been very good. They receive applause anytime they make a statement. And the congregants are also saying that they're going to abide by that. They have assured through their religious leaders that they will abide by the rules and laws that is governing this country, will conduct themselves in a peaceful manner, and will ensure that they do not shield anybody, foment trouble on election day, because according to the police, that is a crime. Shielding a criminal is a crime. So if they see or hear of a church member or somebody they know trying to foment trouble or fomenting trouble on election day, they should report to the police. So the reception has so far been very good, and we're currently at the last church, that is the Anglican Church at Kaneshi.
Very well. So what's next from the police as we inch closer to the December elections?
Pardon me?
I'm asking what's next for the Ghana Police Service in relation to this very matter.
Right, so the police is putting measures in place to ensure that the election is conducted peacefully. And I've been told by the police commander that this exercise is not being done just in Accra, it's being done across the regions of the country. Earlier, they met the political parties, discussed with them ways to ensure peaceful election. And then also they've met with journalists, they've met with senior editors and managers of media houses, outlining their format or principles that they want them to follow. So these are part of a sensitization drive. They are meeting organizations bit by bit. They've told me that on Friday they met the Islamic leaders also. They went to the mosques to advise the Muslim community on ways to ensure that we witness a peaceful and successful election. So they are doing them in bit, meeting all the people that matter in the country. So today, as they are meeting people in churches across the region, they are also doing that across the entire country. They are visiting primarily big churches with big gatherings, big congregations, to advise them that, look, we have to ensure that we enjoy the peace that we enjoy right now because we cannot take it for granted. So far, that's what they've been up to.
Kenneth Jeshi, thanks so much for joining us here on JoyNews Room. We appreciate your time. Now, the national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Johnson Esiru-Nketia, has disclosed that the NDC will complete all projects initiated by the NPP except for the National Cathedral. He said projects embarked upon by governments are funded from the taxpayers, therefore allowing them to rot will be at a disadvantage to the people and, of course, the communities. Johnson Esiru-Nketia made the disclosure at Welembele in the Salah East constituency. Rafik Salam reports.
National chairman of the NDC, Johnson Esiru-Nketia, started his two-day retail campaign tour of the Upper West region at Welembele in the Salah East constituency. The NDC, since the return to constitutional rule, has enjoyed groundswell of support from the Galabag enclave, with Welembele leading the charge. Despite the NDC winning over 80% of the presidential votes in the constituency in the last elections, the party, led by Mohamed Issa Battaglia, however lost the Salah East parliamentary seat to MPPs Amidu Chinia Isaku by a vote margin of 832. Mohamed Battaglia is back in the race and is confident little luck will smile on him this time round against old foe Amidu Chinia.
We are Sisale. Sisale literally means that builders. We want to join hands with him as a Gonja man, with Chairman General supporting us strongly to build Ghana, build Sisale East, and establish Welembele to a level that will invite investors to open up the economic opportunities of the area.
National chairman of the NDC, Johnson Esiru-Nketia, averred that the signs are clear that the NDC will win next month's elections using recent endorsement of John Mahama by the running mate of the MPP to buttress his claim.
I was very, very happy to hear Nampo, the running mate of Dr. Mahmoudou Bawumia, urging Ghanaians to vote for President Mahama and vote for the MPP parliamentary candidate. There cannot be a better verdict on President Mahama's chances than that which has come from the very mouth of the running mate of Dr. Bawumia.
He disclosed that the NDC will complete all unfinished projects initiated by the MPP except the National Cathedral project.
We believe that it is our money that any government uses to start those projects. So whether they are started by us or they are started by another government, if we leave them to rot, we are hurting the community. So when we come, whatever projects they may have started, apart from the National Cathedral, all the other projects, we will look at them and then see to it that we complete them.
The NDC national chairman moved to Bulu, a neighboring Salah West constituency, before heading out to Tapumu in the Lambuse constituency. He also addressed rallies at Nandom and Jiriba constituencies. Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Welembele.
A group of women calling themselves Loyal Ladies for NDC Zongo Caucus in Ashanti region has launched a door-to-door campaign to support the party in the December 7 election. Citing economic hardship, the group aims to help the NDC win power. During a recent gathering at Old Tafo, Loyal Ladies Treasurer Asori Alberta reaffirmed the group's commitment to actively support the NDC in their bid for political power. Mohammed Nuruddin has more.
The Loyal Ladies Group in the Ashanti region say they are determined to support the National Democratic Congress in the December 7 election. The group says their goal is to help the NDC complete its unfinished work in achieving the Better Ghana agenda. The group is educating Ghanaians on the voting process to minimize spoiled ballots. Mariam Suleimana speaks for the group.
NDC esa aba power biem Our goal is to support the NDC in regaining power to allow John Mahama to return and complete the development project he initiated.
According to the group's treasurer, Asore Alberta, they are well prepared to effectively promote and disseminate the NDC's message.
We are willing to go out to make sure that we campaign to increase the number of votes we will need this coming election on the 7th of December.
I would like to appeal to the youth that we should not let violence lead us into this election.
Leader of the new force, Nana Kwame Bediako, has toured several constituencies in the Volta region, calling on residents to rethink their political choices. He urged them to take bold decisions to break away from being the traditional stronghold of one political party, arguing that this shift could pave the way for industrialization and economic transformation in the region. At Hohoi, Nana Kwame Bediako visited the Volta School for the Deaf and the Hohoi Nurses and Midwifery Training College, where he interacted with authorities.
Volta region is one of the richest regions in this country. You have the biggest man-made lake, which is the Volta region that connects the country. You have oil, you have arable land for farming, and you have gold, you have platinum. You are rich, but you have not added the industrial part to it. I am bringing that machine. I am bringing it to Volta. The time has come. We have to vote these people out. They're not only lying to Volta region, they're not only lying to the people of Hohoi, Ho, and these places, they're lying to Ghana.
There's no one in the political history that in 1 year he has come and he has put this duopoly under the table. They're panicking. I can show you videos. How can you cover my own billboards with your own billboard? They're looking for money. I'm looking for legacy. I'm looking for a way to help one another. Just as much as I want to help Ghana, I want to help Africa too. If Ghanaians don't like it, I'm sure there's the next neighboring country. They will like my vision, my idea, my investment, and what I can do to help.
You're still watching JoyNews Room with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Up ahead, we will be telling you how Abasi Senior High technical students develop a solar-powered dialysis machine to transform kidney treatment. We have details shortly.
So our device operates on solar power. So in case there are power outages, the system can still run.
Welcome back to JoyNews Room. The Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has recorded a reduction in road fatalities by 37% last year. That's according to the 2023 Kumasi Road Safety Report. Metro Chief Executive Sampine says initiatives to keep roads in the city safe are paying off, with the consistent low fatalities recorded in recent annual reports. Here's more.
Data of the Kumasi Road Safety Report 2023 were collected from 13 police stations in Kumasi, where 83 fatalities were recorded, involving 61% pedestrian knockdowns and 25% of motorcycle accidents. According to the report, the risk period were between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. at top 5 locations of Angloga Junction, Silicon Hotel Junction on the Accra Road, Santasi Station, Otinkwanta, and Sofoline Station. The high-risk corridors in the Greater Kumasi metropolis, according to the report, are the Asafo Interchange to Tech Junction, the Sunyani Corridor, the Kwai Corridor, and the Eastern Bypass. Kingsley Rekon is Road Injury Surveillance Coordinator at the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly.
Based on the data, in 2023, there were 84 fatalities, road traffic fatalities. With them, 61% were pedestrians. In fact, in Kumasi, pedestrians are they have the highest proportion in terms of fatality, followed by motorcycles, which was 25% of the fatalities. In terms of the risk period, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. was a high risk period for fatalities. In terms of the location, for top 5 crash locations, we have Angloga Junction, followed by Silicon Hotel Junction on the Accra Road, we have Santasi Station. So what we actually want is that this data, we don't want the data to be in shelves. We want the road agencies to use the data.
The KMA has assured of joining forces with various road safety stakeholders to enforce road traffic laws ahead of the election and Christmas seasons to reduce fatalities. Samuel Pine is the Kumasi mayor.
The report so far on road safety in the Kumasi metropolitan area has been like. What is important to note is that yes, we've had, it's not been zero aspect fatalities, but year on, we have a reduction in that, and that is a credit to the actions. So I'm doing this in collaboration with the Bloomberg Philanthropies International, and therefore we are grateful to them. Year in, year out, we have a reduction in that with the interventions that we put in place and all that. And I believe with the effort by all, cooperation of all, including the media, that will give us the opportunity or use that opportunity to educate people, the mass education to the people, especially as we enter the elections and the Christmas season.
The report was released in commemoration of the 2024 World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims. Ashanti Regional Director of the National Road Safety Authority, Akwesi Ejenim Boateng, said the outfit is targeting low road fatality rates in a festive season.
You know, this year is also a phenomenal year because we'll be having elections. Apart from the Christmas activities, we'll see a lot of travels on our highways. So there will be a lot of demand for travel. So when there's demand for travel, definitely if care is not taken, we can have increase in fatalities along the highways if we do not act very well. So we've set up a committee together with DVLA, MTTD, and other stakeholders where we'll be having a lot of training and sensitization. Then also active enforcement, both day and night. We'll start at the terminals, then our specific rest stops along the major corridors in the region.
Joseph Obins reports for Joy News.
Let's now touch on some health stories. Private healthcare providers are said to be choking under heavy taxes and an unfavorable business environment. Chief Executive Officer of New Crystal Hospital, Dr. Wisdom Agleto, says such facilities are saddled with taxes impacting negatively on the cost of healthcare. According to him, tax incentives and good policies would make healthcare more affordable. Kwame Yanka reports.
The new facility will offer both general and specialist services. The 60-bed facility at Community 8 in Tema forms part of the broader vision of New Crystal Hospital to bring quality healthcare to the doorstep of Ghanaians. However, achieving this is coming at a cost the private sector players like New Crystal Hospital cannot pay. They are saddled with taxes, including heavy import duty and non-existing incentives, despite critical role which augments government healthcare delivery. Chief Executive Officer of New Crystal Hospital, Dr. Wisdom Agleto, says private facilities can offer more affordable care after tax waivers.
Ideally, it would be good if, like other economies, we are giving support in terms of tax incentives or tax breaks, and then even waivers on import duties for medical equipment and tools. But unfortunately, those things are not available in our country, and we must just learn to live without them. So yes, it would be good to have those things, but whether they are there or not, we make up our mind that we still have to survive. Yeah, definitely it will have impacted the cost, because if you are not paying so much duty, the equipment cost will be lower, and so you cannot afford to charge lower fees so that you can recover the cost. But if the charges are high, unfortunately we have to pass it on to the consumer. But we at New Crystal, we have a theory of affordability. So what we do is that we try to spread it over a longer period of time to make sure that our people are not denied access to healthcare.
NDC's parliamentary hopeful for Tema Central, Abby Bright, touched on business environment for the private sector to thrive. She says businesses are operating under unfavorable conditions and called for policy shifts.
We understand our responsibility to support you by making sure that healthcare education befits the standards that you hope to operate in your healthcare facility, and to treat you as partners, because you're off-takers of our young people that we're going to be training in healthcare. And if a government will boast tomorrow that there's been employment for more healthcare professionals, it will be because some of you have taken over that responsibility for us. So we want to thank you and promise our support for you. However, we understand that there are certain things policy-wise and in terms of our end of the development spectrum that we must take up seriously. And that is in providing the social infrastructure that will allow your business not only to thrive, but to allow you to be able to deliver what your vision entails.
Meanwhile, Dr. Widom Amegleto, after welcoming Eddie Bryce's call, asked politicians to walk their talk.
And then we look forward to what they have. Most of them are making promises, but we wait when they win and then they start implementing them, then we know what to do. So, but we look forward to positive engagement from the politicians, at least both of them. The NDC have promised incentives for 24-hour economy. The NPP too has promised job enhancements and all that. So we are waiting for them.
As part of the recommissioning, New Crystal Hospital unveiled busts of 3 persons who have played various roles in the journey of the facility.
A group of senior high school students in Abasi has developed a groundbreaking solar-powered dialysis machine designed to significantly reduce the cost of dialysis treatment. The invention, which taps into renewable energy, offers a more affordable and sustainable solution for patients with kidney conditions, especially in areas where electricity costs or access are major challenges. The prototype was put on display at the Science-Tech Innovation Exhibition here in Accra. My colleague, Collins Frimpong, has been speaking to them, and Sewa Abina Ichampong is one of them.
Now, what do you have here?
This is a solar-powered homemade dialysis machine.
And what is it about? I mean, how did it come about?
So please, when a person's kidney gets injured or diseased from an accident or maybe from a disease like nephritis, and the kidney can no longer perform its function like it's supposed to, which is filtering of toxic substances from the body like urea, excess salt, and then dissolved minerals, and then maybe excess water, then the nephrologist will opt for a dialysis treatment to get those waste substances out of the body. And this is the dialysis treatment. So what happens is that blood is taken from the patient. Okay, first, an arterial, a vein and then an artery are connected to form a fistula, so that to give the patient a firm grip, because a lot of pressure will be needed to take the blood from the patient and then go through the whole process. So the red tubes that you see here take the contaminated blood from the patient, and then the peristaltic pump, they work under the principle of peristalsis. So we have flexible tubes. It will contract and then relax to provide the right pressure for the fluid to flow through, and it will come to the dialyzer here. You can see this fiber-like things here. Please, can you move the camera to this place? You can see this fiber-like things here. Inside is a fluid called a dialysate. So it has lower concentration than the contaminated blood. So the contaminants will move from the blood into the solution through diffusion. And then it works using the principle of diffusion and osmosis. So the purified blood will then run back to the patient.
What were some of the items that were used to build this dialysis machine, solar-powered dialysis machine?
Okay. So please, this thing that you see, it's a local board. Okay. This dialyzer, we bought them, the tubes, we got them. And this one too, we bought them. But we looked on this one, like you see, to make this in our school. And then we have blood pressure sensors, we have electrocardiogram, and we have these buttons. So most of them were locally sourced.
Right.
Okay. We have the solar panels, that one too, we got them. So our device operates on solar power. So in case there are power outages, the system can still run.
Great innovation there. Now, for the third consecutive time, Abasi Senior High Technical School has emerged victorious in the Science-Tech Innovation Challenge, solidifying its reputation as a hub of innovation. The Ashanti region-based school claimed the top prize of 20,000 cedis with their groundbreaking invention, the Osikani Farm Solution, now a solar-powered agricultural system tailored to revolutionize small-scale farming. Collins Frimpong again.
Once again, Abasi Senior Technical High School retains the title of the Sci-Tech.
The climax of the 3-day Science Technology Innovation Challenge at the National Theatre saw exhibitors from different schools, including basic school students, showcasing scientific solutions to real-time Ghanaian problems. The Innovation Challenge tasked each participating school with a rigorous 9-hour deadline to design groundbreaking solutions to pressing agricultural challenges. From awe-inspiring science and technology projects emerged one clear winner, Abasi Senior High Technical School. Their revolutionary Osikeni Farm solution, a solar-powered agric system, stood out for its ingenuity, practicality, and potential to transform small-scale farming, earning them the top spot yet again.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
How is it feeling like?
We are feeling very excited and proud.
What influenced the decision to come up with Osikeni Farm solution?
Well, looking at System Ghana here, most farmers complain about weeding. Some also complain about the effect they get from using the chemicals, and also the transportation fare from transporting their crops from their farmland to their various homes. So we're like, why not develop a device that can solve all these problems? And we developed the Osikeni Farm solution, which can do all these things, including detecting the weather of the farmland.
Our Lady of Grace SHS secured second place, earning 15,000 cedis, while the Ghana National College came in third and earned a prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis. Managing Director of Prime Time, Nanakuya Mensah-Bonsu, emphasized the challenge is to inspire students to come up with local solutions to Ghanaian problems.
Technology drives everything in this world, and you cannot develop unless you can localize the technology to sort out or to resolve problems, local problems that you have. And
she also called for support to commercialize these innovations, turning student ideas into impactful solutions.
We definitely need support. Our side is to unearth the talents and showcase them to the world, but we are not specialists in patenting or in engineering, so we do need collaboration from other quarters to be able to take it to the next step.
Collins Frimpon's report for JoyNews.
More on education. Leadership of KJB Asatto Senior High School in the Oti region says it is poised to inculcate farming as a profession in their students. The school has cultivated large acreages of rice and maize to augment government food supply and to generate some income for the school. There is more in the following report.
KJB Asatto Senior High School is one of the model schools established by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in 1959. The school was renowned for its agricultural prowess in the 60s, 70s, and even in the 80s. The accolades the school enjoyed in relation to farming were lost in the past years, with a shift from agricultural studies to the arts and sciences. The new leadership of the school, led by Emmanuel Kwabla Cole, says it is poised to bring back past glories.
The school was an agric school, and they were farming, and then along the line, it faded out, the vision faded out. And so as an old student, I wanted to revive the agric and then to be able to produce more crops or to be able to feed our students and then be able to generate some income also from what we produce. Now, we equally want to inculcate the agric spirit in our students so that they will be able to learn the skills and be able to replicate those skills when they complete school.
The head of the Agricultural Science Department, Tobias Bata, says students must consider opting for the study of agric science since the department has all it takes to make them entrepreneurs for the future.
We are trying to encourage other students who are here to get admission to the school to come and pursue agriculture. In fact, rice is not the only crop that we have cultivated. We cultivated maize about some 30 acres. We just harvested our cabbage, and then we have piggery and then poultry farm. So we are encouraging students to pursue agriculture when they select CASEC.
According to the headmaster, the school has already made some gains in terms of sales of the farm produce from the past season. He is asking the Ministry of Food and Agriculture to consider supplying some farm implements to the school to increase production and also inculcate farming into the younger ones in support of government's Planting for Food and Jobs program.
We want to produce more, and therefore we will need implements like tractors, like tillers, to be able to produce more, to be able to feed our students. The school has a very big land on which we can cultivate. And then as we cultivate, we're going to support government for the planting for food and jobs so that the students will be able to learn the skills and then also go out and go and practice it and then also produce to feed the nation. We will need the support from government, organizations, NGOs and benevolent societies to help us to expand this farm to be able to produce in large quantities.
The dry spell in the northern zone is also having its toll on the crops as the rains have stopped over 4 weeks now. Peter Sanu for Joy News.
You're still watching JoyNews Room. We are back with more this day. Welcome back to JoyNews Room. The Chief Executive Officer of Engineers and Planners Limited and also Jata Cement Limited, Ibrahim Mahama, has donated a brand new 35-seater bus to his alma mater, Abasi Senior High School. Mr. Ibrahim Mahama is also constructing a 1,200-bed capacity dormitory for the school. The Engineers and Planners CEO, who has over the years supported the school in diverse ways, said it is to help create a conducive atmosphere to ensure effective teaching and learning.
Which was done at a short ceremony in the school was done on behalf of Mr. Ibrahim Mahama by his special aide, Rafik Mahama. Speaking to the media after the donation, Mr. Rafik said Mr. Ibrahim Mahama has a special connection with the school, reason he does not want to see the students go through challenges. He said except for the few publicized philanthropic work he has done, he has continuously supported people on a low key.
This is alma mater, and Damascus is very special to me. He has a special story here. So when he sees that the students are struggling, it's something that he doesn't want to see. So not only Damascus, we do that across the globe. Most of the institutions across the country, we do reach out to them, both tertiary and secondary institutions. And with Damascus, the request came that they had challenges when it comes to transport. They have transport challenges, especially their NSMQ team. When they have to go to Accra, they have some challenges. Usually they reach out to us. We help a lot of students. I mean, like I said, we don't need to publish those ones because they are not media centers. But we do have a lot of students who cross on us. And whenever they reach out to us, or when I even see it, and I know that we can help this person, we reach out to the person. We are able to help. So it doesn't matter whether there is a fund available, but when the request comes and we can help, we always reach out to the person.
Receiving the bus on behalf of the school, the headmaster of the school, Mustafa Mohammed Yakubu, said the school will forever be grateful to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama for his continuous general support to the school. He said the school, with no distant future, would have no challenges when it comes to accommodation. Mr. Mustafa said the school would make Mr. Ibrahim Mahama proud by winning the next Maths and Science quiz.
Today is a great day, a day Mr. Ibrahim Mahama is presenting a 36-coaster Toyota bus to the school Science and Maths quiz team, who were in the semi-finals of this year's Science and Maths quiz team. And this will urge them to clinch the ultimate come the year 2025. There is a 1,200 dormitory block that is ongoing. I think the number should increase because some of the places, initially it was 1,200,
but they have now increased the number of rooms by converting where should have been the washrooms into dormitories and build new washrooms attached to the building. So the number would have increased. And today he's adding a bath to the building, and the building is almost 85% complete. Though the school is his school, he's an old boy of this school, but he's not the only old boy who has the wherewithal. But he seemed to be the only one doing all these great things for the school. So we pray that God bless him and give him long life, health, and more money.
The National Chairperson for Girls Not Bride, a network fighting early child marriage, has painted a gloomy picture at the rate at which underage girls are being married off. According to Faustina Osei-Prempeh, the Northern region has about 28% of girl bride, followed by the Upper West and Volta regions with 23% respectively, with also the Ashanti region recording the lowest with 17%. Here's more.
The Girls Not Bride is a partnership of over 1,000 civil society organizations globally. And in Ghana, its membership is about 70 CSOs in all 16 regions working to end child marriage. The training was to help equip the participants with the child protection law, lapses and recommendations to help address issues of child marriage. Speaking to Joy News, Faustina Osei-Prempeh said about 2 million children have been married off in Ghana.
Currently, we are having over 2 million child brides who get married before the age 18 years. And about 19 of them get married before their 18th birthday, whilst about 5% of them get married before their 15th birthday. And for us as Girls Not Brides Ghana, we see it as a very serious issue because these girls, together with the boys, are the future for Ghana. And if these girls are being married off at that stage, it means we are cutting off their childhood, we are cutting off their right to education. Most of them also suffer domestic violence because they are young and they are forced to marry. So they are forced to think like adults. When they are not able to think like adults, it ends up as domestic violence in the house.
A chief within the Wala traditional area, Senchi Nasaka, said he has instituted some sanctions in his jurisdiction to deter parents from marrying off their girl child.
I have held 2 sensitization meetings at the traditional level, traditional council level, which was very much lauded. It was lauded, and the chiefs are adhering to punishing people who violate the rules. And bylaws too have been formed in some of the communities, like Perisi, Sao, and Nyagale. So with this, I have seen that there is a drop in child marriage.
Whilst a chief from Paga, P. Alua Thomas Sanchere, said he has introduced free sanitary pads for junior high school girls as motivation to help reduce teenage pregnancy, which is working.
I've been encouraging the girl child education at my area. And for this teenage pregnancy, I use my pension allowance to buy sanitary pads for the junior high school in my community, for all girls in the junior high school. And I said that I will continue to give them pass so far as they don't become pregnant. But if any girl becomes pregnant, you out of that one, you have to get either your parents or your other people to get you pass.
The Ashanti Hinutun Forces with the second has received 28 regalia artifacts looted during the Serengeti War as part of the 100-year anniversary celebration of King Prempeh I's return from exile in Seychelles. The artifacts that got into the custody of an art collector of West African works in 1922 were purchased by Anglo Gold Ashanti in 2000. The artifacts, including gold ornaments, ceremonial swords, padlocks for treasury, and traditional regalia, were returned to the Asantehene by the management of Anglo Gold Ashanti after several negotiations at a ceremony held at the Menchia Palace in Kumasi. Nana Boachi Dankwayi Adom has more from the Menchia Palace.
In the 18th century, when the British colonial government broke into the Ashanti Kingdom, they made way with some artifacts. Well, today, the Asantehene, in celebrating the return of King Ibrahim Mahama I from exile in Seychelles, who was also taken away by the British colonial government, the Asantehene has received some of these looted artifacts, 28 of them, which include rings and some liquid stuffs. These artifacts were presented to the Asantehene during a mini derby in honor of King Ibrahim Mahama I. Ivor Ajimandria is an associate director of the Menchia Palace Museum. He spoke about the return of these artifacts and what they signify when it comes to the Ashanti Kingdom setup.
They traveled to Europe and got into the hands of an art collector of West African works who was based in Geneva. And after many years, in 1922, when he acquired this, he turned other objects in West Africa that he had collected, about 350 other objects in West Africa, and turned this collection into a museum. They are 28 in all, but they define court architecture in terms of tangible objects, rings, linguist staff, gold weights, and others that, including even a palace lock, I'm sure for locking the treasury.
This is the event that is being hosted today, the 100-year event celebrated at the Menchia Palace in Kumasi, which has the president of Seychelles, Revo Wankalawan, and his wife here at the Menchia Palace. The Asantehene hosted him alongside other dignitaries who joined him as part of the celebration.
Seychelles and Ghana formally established diplomatic relations in October 1988. But historically, the bonds of friendship between the two countries can be traced back to the exile of the late King Prempeh I to Seychelles from 1900.
The President is very, very excited to be here, especially to commemorate the 100 years since the return of King Prempeh I to Seychelles. As you know, he was exiled there. So it's a huge moment for us, and it's a first state visit by the President.
I truly appreciate your time watching JoyNews Room with me, Pius Kojo Baka. We have more stories for you when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Grateful serving you. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.